Oh my gosh. Just, where is it? Sorry there, I didn't realize it was turned that direction. Oh, it's been a crazy morning, early afternoon. So 1 second here, I just want to make sure I've got everything up the way I need it. There we go. I think that's it. Okay, looks like we're set. Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. If you go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, you can see more about me, when I have classes, if other events are going on. You can see the products that we have, because it does take you in that web page. It not only talks about me, but it lets you see our products. You can place an order. You could sign up to do a workshop and earn some free product that way. You could decide to join my team and get the perks of joining my team. And I left my books out in the other room. I meant to bring them in today to show you because now I can actually show you inside our catalogs, our mini catalog from June to, actually, thank you. My daughter just handed me these. Here's the front of the mini catalog, July to December, and our celebration, the front of that, okay? For every $50 that you order from here, and I'm just flipping through I'm not showing a lot of here. For every $50 you spend either from here or annual catalog or a combination of those two, you can choose something from this catalog, this little brochure. And I'll just show you here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with it, but we've got these Hippo. They're so cute. They're kind of cute, actually. These Hippo stamp sets. It's got a die set, so those are for $50 each. So if you got $100, you can get both of them at one time. There's this paper for $50 each. There's these note cards and envelopes. And there's this little stamp set. Then there's also the silver and gold paper. This is 6x6. You get 24 sheets. Then for $100, you can choose these amazing phrasing, different phrases there. This tree lot dies, which it does coordinate with the Trees for Sale stamp set in the mini catalog. And then the other thing for $100 is this stamp set in that paper. And I will be showing you that soon. If you have a $300 party, or if you and some of your friends get together and don't want an official party, but you order minimum amount of $150 before shipping and tax, that qualifies as a party. If you get $300 in that party, you can choose this pomegranate set. And if you decide to join this during this time, so this is for over 2 months, our starter kit remains at $99. You get to choose $125 worth of items from our catalogs, either the annual or the mini, or a combination thereof. You also will get this Making Plans collection, which is it's a kit for a planner, and it's got a stamp set with it. Okay, it says right here the planner, a notebook trio, so you get 3 notebooks, there they are, and the stamp set. Okay, so pretty good deal there. All right, and let me just briefly through here, and again, this is something I'm going to stop here for a minute. Making a Difference, which I had the paper for that somewhere, and of course right now I'm not going to find it. But this is, if you order this, you get these cards and envelopes. It's one that there's no stamping related to this, but you can put these cards together. It has this little lunch box, and this one, let me just make sure I'm telling you correctly. This is a way to give back. It said it somewhere. Where is it? For each Nourish and Flourish kit you purchase, we donate $3 to support organizations working to end food insecurity. So $3 out of every kit goes to, which doesn't sound like much, but when it starts to add up, then it makes a big difference. Okay, so there's that. And so just briefly, real quick through here, I'm not going to take a lot of time. I just wanted to get to that if I can. See, the Santas are here. These beautiful snowflakes there. Okay, house. The penguins are back. This set is back from last year. This beautiful holly leaves in the paper. Okay, some fun sayings. They're big so that they can stand on their own. This set, okay, this paper is coming back from last year with this new set, and then there's a barn, and this is really fun paper because it's got the sparkly or like dots on there, and it's got some shimmer paper. It's got just really a lot with this set. Okay, and I'll be showing more of that later. Okay, Scotty dogs. I always love Scotty dogs. This fun little seal. Okay, some more of these. Look at this silly cat. This one. Okay, here, this is the one, and there's a Yeti. This is huge. This is like this big, the stamp. Okay, then this is the stamp set that if you wanted coordinates with this. Okay, but this does stand alone, so if you didn't want to get this and you earn that, it does stand by itself, or if you wanted, you could get this to go along with it. Okay, and then some more. Those are pretty neat. Look at this paper here. That is vellum, and it's got colors on it with snowflakes. Beautiful. Okay, gnomes. If you like gnomes, there's a whole suite of gnomes. Okay, this kind of a funky but fun snowman. And look at those animals. Look at those faces. All right, then for fall, this rustic harvest. I love the paper on this down there. And here are 2 pages stuck together. There's some more fall. Okay, fall. This says Happy Thanksgiving. This is the only one that says Happy Thanksgiving. Then there's the fruit. Then those cute little witches for Halloween. This fun set for Halloween. It's stamps and dies. The punch for the witch's hat. Okay, some like gingham type paper, a wreath. Some, what are those called? Just some greenery. And then there's this, which I think looks like a lot of fun. Design a treat. It's to make a treat box, and you can do a lot with it. You can make a bat, a deer, a bunny, or you can just have like that type of a top on it, so it's like a bow, or you can just put ribbon on it. Okay, and then this is pretty cool. The ringed with nature. More stuff to go along with bottles. Okay, this paper is a specialty designer series paper. It's foil and white ink on one side. The other has an overall pattern, kind of like that. Okay, and there's the stamp set. This is kind of, my sister got a kick out of this. Reminder of Mr. Rogers. Time for a cardigan. Card again. Okay, so that's cute. And then these little tags. A bunch of sayings there. This can be, it has one Christmas thing with it, seasons, sunny seasons greetings, but that could also go like with some of our summer stamps, which we have right now. Okay, and then, so that's a quick look at all of that stuff. Whew, we will, and as I said, I'm not able to get everything, but what I do end up getting, I will share with you. All right, so this week I have been showing you this month's paper pumpkin, which is called Pick of the, I don't know if I have the one paper here, Pick of the Crop. Oh, yes, there it is, Pick of the Crop. Okay, so on Tuesday, I put together the cards the way that they suggested. Okay, right there. And I showed you my sister did this. And she had another alternate, which, oh, not that one. Where is it? Is it right here? And this one. She did those two alternates. Then Wednesday on my YouTube page, I did these alternates. Okay, some are closer to what they did, what they recommended than others. My sister did that one. And then these were the two I put together. I think these are the two I put together live, but I could be getting a little mixed up. But anyway, so those are a lot of cards that I made that were made this week. And if you missed either Tuesday here on Facebook or Wednesdays on YouTube, I also shared the Tuesday one on my YouTube. So if you want to just go one place, you can go to YouTube under my name, Sonia Ranger, and you'll get to see the ones from earlier this week. So I saw somebody did a fun fold, which was similar to my favorite fold, which is just kind of the front page, just front part of a card, just folding it back. They did one that was the whole size. So when it's closed, it looks like a regular card, like it would just open, like this. But when you moved it, this piece was like this. Now this one's it was the whole side. So I'm going to do one like that, but I also had this idea. Because one of the things my sister pointed out was, they did all this beautiful work and then they had you put that over it. So you missed out on a lot of it. So I thought, okay, let me turn the card around so the outside looks white, okay? But this is how it opens so it doesn't look white, even though the main, you want to look at the back of it, it's white. That would have been the inside of the card. Okay, so I just folded this back in about half. And then I took a piece of, this is actually white, and I did end up doing some on because I wasn't sure how I forgot that it was going to show, but actually I like it, that it shows. Because I started doing it, and then I wasn't sure I liked it, so I turned it over and played a little more. But anyway, and then I just decided I liked this side the best, and I added some of the green across the bottom to be like, grass it's sitting on. Okay. And I did this similar to how I done it before, and I did Thinking of You down here. I made this little basket, which on I think on the Wednesday one, I showed how I made this basket. Okay, and I added some of our brushed brass butterflies. And then just Love You a Whole Bunch. Thinking of You, Love You a Whole Bunch. Okay, so that's that one. All right, so now I'm going to show you how I did that, and I'm going to show you I'm going to do two cards. One, it's going to have like a little bit around like this, and the other is going to be basically the whole front, like I told you that I saw somebody do. So the one that I'm doing first, I did cut the envelope that came, and I know if you've been watching me for a bit, you will have seen me do this before, but there may be people who haven't. So I'm going to just show you how I cut that. So I take this edge, I put it way up there, and then I just put the very far edge, the edge on the far side of the brown. I just cover up the brown. And then see, it takes off about 1/16 of an inch. So then I turn it this way. And again, I want the straight edges. And once you do that, you can open this up. So then what I did was I made sure I cut this like that. And then I cut this at, I'll show you here, I've already got some pieces. If I can get a hold of it here, I cut this down to, because I decided this one I wanted to have a little bit of showing. So this is cut down to 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay. And then I also, because I cut the back of that off, I also cut a piece because I wanted it to put it under my sentiment on the front. And this is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay. So I'm going to put these aside because I'm not going to use those right now. And then for the base, and I got some ink on there, but it's all right. It's not going to. So this came like this, okay? And this is how you would have ordinarily folded it. But I folded it the opposite way, and then I did score here because this is 4 1/4. So I scored it at like 2 1/8. And I folded that back, okay, so it looks like this. I fold that back, and I burnished it with my bone folder, just like this, okay. Now, I have, this is soft succulent, which is just a little bit darker, but it's really that color. And this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to attach that to this side, so when it opens, it's like this. See? Okay, and again, the white is on the back. And if I want, which I may do because I did that by accident, I can actually even glue that down flat so it actually opens more like a regular card. But for today's purposes, because I did want to show you how it just can go like that. Okay, so how I usually do these, this one is a little different because it's the whole front. And let me just see, where's mine? Right here. I moved things a little bit. So this, I'm going to do, all right. So this is what I'm going to, all along this one side that's going to go on the far side there. And just because, just to make it a little simpler today, I think I almost have out of this. I'm using my a tape runner that I have. It's Stampin' Up does have a tape runner called a Stampin' Seal, and I'm out of refills. And there's other things I really wanted, and I haven't gotten any more yet, but I will. But it doesn't matter. You can use whatever you have. This could even be just glue, okay? So I'm going to go all along that side. Now, in this case, I know it's going to go the whole length of this. Sometimes it's shorter, and I'll show you how I do that. But I'm going to run it so then I don't have to worry how far over on this to put it. I'm going to put this here, and on this one, because I want it to really hold well on these corners, I'm going across the top and bottom. All right, so what I will do now is this corner is going to there, and this corner, so corner, 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 okay? So I'm going to put this there, just like that. Oh, I might have got it over a little bit, but anyway, it'll be okay. See, I did get it on there a little crooked. I maybe went a little too fast. Sometimes I can move it a little bit. There. Okay, and then I'm going to just do this. So now, whoop, there. Okay, so that part, or if I didn't want to have to glue it, I can also stamp something there. Okay, so that's that. All right, so then what I decided I wanted to do is that piece I cut out of the envelope, I'm going to put it here as like DSP on the front of my card. Okay, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is 4 by 5 1/4. So it will have just a little bit of a border all around it. Okay. One of the things, I'll just take a second. When you cut that out, that was the front. I did see somebody use that on the front of a card like that. And that was kind of interesting to me. I don't know if I will ever do that, but that is another alternative that you could make. So there. So get that as close to center as I can. Then I want to stamp on this piece, which is, I may have already said it, but I'll say it again, 2 3/4. This is a little smaller. 2 and, I thought it was 2 1/2, but it's 2 3/8 by 3 1/4. All right, and then I want to stamp on here. I have my little cheat sheet here of what I wanted to do. Okay, I'm going to do, now I have been using some retired stamp sets. I just pulled out a bunch of stamp sets that I thought might go with this, okay? Many of them are retired. Some are not. But these two were, one was from last year's annual catalog and the other was from, this one was from the celebration, this from the annual catalog. This year we got, this is a new one, Sweetest Cherries. This Sweet as a Peach was in last year, but again, these are all things that you could have, like with the fruit. All right, so I did grab this. The other thing I grabbed, and this is still available in our annual catalog, the jar of flowers. Okay, so those are what I used today. I think that's, and I did use a couple things from the paper pumpkin kit this month. So, all right. So I wanted to say, wishing you the very best. I just got to find it. Here it is. And this one I want to do it in, I'm going to do it in Evening Evergreen, which is really like a dark, it almost looks like a dark succulent to me. I'm not sure how close if it's exactly the case, but that's what to me it looks like that. So I'm going to put this right about in the middle, wishing you the very best. And I'm going to close this up. And then I wanted to use the strawberry and the blueberries from the kit, from the paper pumpkin kit for this month. And I'm going to use my marker. So I've got Sweet Sorbet because the red that they used is very close to Sweet Sorbet. So I'm just doing this over the berry part. Okay. And I'm going to do Garden Green over the leaves and stem. Then I'm going to huff on it. Just kind of blow on it. And this one I'm going to have right about there. All right, and I'm going to color that in a moment, but I want to do another one down below. So there's the green because I had it open still. And now here is, oh, hello, Meg. Thanks for watching. I can see Meg's watching because she put a message on. So if you are watching, I only know you're there if you put a message on. And this one is going to go here. And then the blueberries. Now how they did the blueberries is they used Blackberry Bliss for the outline. So that's what I'm going to do. And I was hoping I could get, let me see here, put it like, I kind of hoped I could do 2 sets of these, but I'm not sure. Maybe right like that. There. Okay. And because on Wednesday, I realized that I can color these things in using my colored pencils. And so I'm going to do that first. It doesn't really take real long to do this. I have found, personally, I've come to really appreciate and prefer using the colored pencils. But you can also, if you want, it would be darker, of course, you could use you can use your Stampin' Write markers, which is a water-based pens, or you can use the Stampin' Blends, which is an alcohol base. Both of those are going to be darker, and you maybe would have to re-stamp, because we do have a stamp here that has just seeds in it, so you may have to, maybe you would have to do that again. And then these I found, let me do the green first so I don't forget those, because otherwise I will forget them, because I did that the other day. And here, I'm just going to make this come around here, because sometimes strawberries are a little white at the top, so that's okay. Then I realized that the way that they colored the blueberries is that it was kind of like a gray and a blue, so I experimented and I found if I put the gray down first, and if you do the Stampin' blends will blend. I'm not so sure that you would get the same effect if you did the Stampin' Right markers. And I'll show you what makes it even better. Like, it's hard, kind of, maybe just coloring on it doesn't blend it that well, but you can either use, like, if you have a water brush, you can use that. I like to use the blender pens. Wrong end. This is the red. So I'm just doing this. And it just smooths it out a little bit. Okay. And so there's the strawberry. And okay, let me just see. And here's the green. You get 3 pens in a package, and I have had them quite a while actually, and I kind of dedicate each, like the end of one to greens, one was to reds, one to blues, things like that, so that I'm not like mixing colors later. Sometimes you can clean them, but sometimes once in a while I don't clean it well, and then it wants to put a different color on. So see, then this becomes, when you do this, this really helps those to blend. And I'll show you next to the card here in a minute. Okay. Here's the card. See, now that's pretty close. It's maybe a little purplier, but that's pretty close to those. All right. So this, I'm now going to adhere it to this. This side looks a little better. Put that right there. And this, okay, so you do it like this. I'm trying to see if I want it tipped a little bit. Maybe I do. I think I might tip it just a smidge that way. And I think I'm going to pop that up with dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals here. I'm going to put one in each corner. And one in the center. Okay. So take the release paper off. And I'm going to put this just a little bit like that. And let me see, what do I have that I can maybe put on there? I don't know, I may put something on there later. I'm not going to take the time, just to kind of say a little bit of... Anyway, so here's this. Wishing you the very best. And then on the inside, I want to do... Now, let me just see. What color? Let me just do this. I think I'm going to do the dark green. Yeah, so it's not going to be... And then on the inside, I'm going to say, if I can find it here, happy birthday, you sweet thing. And I'm going to put that right here. Okay. I could have put it up over the basket, but I really wanted it down there. And if you're worried about writing, look, you got all this white on the back, so you can write your message, you can write back there. Okay, so there's that one. Here, wait, it doesn't want to. Wait a minute, I'm going to do this one more time there. There. So there's this one. And here's this one. And they do sit up nicely, like, you know, on a desk or table or whatever, mantle. All right. Then I'm going to do one that is maybe a little more like this, I believe. That's how this one is. I may be remembering incorrectly because I tried to put all this together for you before. But I'm going to show you. I have a Night of Navy card base. So again, this is 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4, 5 1/2 this way. Okay. So this one, again, because this is 4 1/4, half of that's 2 1/8. And you can just fold it, but when I can, I like to do a little bit of a score, just because a lot of times it helps it to fold better. Sometimes if you don't, paper can crack. Stampin' Up's paper doesn't tend to crack too much. Some others that I've used did. Oh no, this is going to be, oh yeah. And then, so this again, it's more like this one. I did have the whole front was the green, although it gives you this look. It's really like this, but it doesn't have the whole green under it, you know, or the whole blue under it. Okay, that's going to go right like that. All right, but before I do that, I was thinking about this. I wanted to look almost like it could be either a blanket or a tablecloth, but I thought maybe I would try ripping just this edge just a little. So let me see. If I don't like it, I have another piece here I could put down instead. But let me just see. Am I going to like that? And then this will be yeah, I think it's all right. Or the other thing, because I wanted it to look, is like you could cut it and just kind of, you know, make it wavy, or I'm going to do this. So I didn't even think, I didn't put my tabletop here is padded, but I usually try to bring over this when I'm using clear stamps to stamp, because it just gives you a better impression from that. Okay, if you don't have one of these and you don't want to order one, if you have a stamp like a mouse, that'll work. Mouse pad, that'll work. Magazine, I need something just to give you a little bit of cushion. Oh, I meant to do this before. I took some vellum, and I wanted a jar, and I didn't want it totally clear, although you could do that with like a window sheet. But I thought, and then this is from the jar of flowers, and I just stamped this like this. Okay, and pull it straight up. Now, because it's on vellum, it takes longer to dry. And I meant to do that earlier and put it aside to dry, but I do have this one I already did, so I think we're just going to use this one so that I don't have to worry about it. Now, one of the things I wanted to do, all right, before I do that though, let me show you these. These are 2 die cut, if I can get a hold of it. The purple are die cuts that came in the kit. These I stamped and fussy cut using this stamp, which is, where's my, a cheat sheet somewhere that shows the, and of course it was right here, but it's not at the moment. Oh wait, is this it? Here it is. See this. So I stamped it using the soft succulent, and then I colored that in with my Daffodil Delight marker, I use the Stampin' Right marker. You could use the blend, Stampin' Blend. And then I fussy cut around. And I did do this the other day and the Wednesday one. So if you want, you could even go back and, if you look at that, it'll show you more detail how I did that. So this, I'm just going to put some on the bottom, and I want this to kind of come kind of like that. And then this is going to overlap a little, kind of like that. And then I did 3 of them. So I'm going to put, and I'm just doing more of the bottom because that leaves the top free, and it kind of gives it a little more dimension. If I can get a hold of it now. Suddenly it doesn't want to. And I just kind of do it. I try to do it kind of in between some of the flowers. It doesn't always work quite the way I think. But anyway, like that. Now, this is going to go here. So I just need to make sure that, it looks like it's fitting in and not coming through the glass. And somewhere I do have, all right. It's not, in one sense it's not going to matter. I have some, here it is. I got this at a stamp sale, rubber stamp sale. And so I'm just going to do this so it will, and it's made for vellum, so it doesn't show through. I'm going to do that, I think, about like this. Let me just, wait, I need it up here. Just about, I just want to, as I said, I want to make sure that the flowers look like they really actually are coming from inside the jar. And I'm going to put this down here, so it's kind of in the middle of the table. Okay. And put a little bit, oh wait, actually this one right there. So there's that. And if you want, let me just see here where my mini dimensionals are. They're over here. I just gotta, here's some. What you can do, if I can find my, is if you wanted, because the bigger spot like here, could put a mini dimensional, so it helps, it does help it, helps it stand out a little more. Okay, and right here, I can get the release paper off. There. So see, then they stand up a little bit more, okay? And maybe one right there. Let me just see, do I have one more here? I do. I can use the edges, but this is so tiny, I don't want to have to fool around with it too much. And on that one purple sprig. There, so see, they pop up a little more that way. All right. Then I wanted to put this across the front. And actually, before I do, I probably should have put this on. I think what I'm going to do is put this on right now before I do that. And this is how I do it especially when I want some of it, the edge to show like that. I go all along this edge, because that whole edge is going to go down. Then I sit it next to it about where I want it. And I could have done this first, I got the flowers on the back, but so I leave a little bit. There's here, let me move it down here. Maybe you can see it better when it's not on such a dark background. So I do this so that I know I'm going to have a little bit of an edge. And so I know I don't want to go all the way to the end like that. Then, so this is going to go over this side. This is going to go on this side. So then when I put it down, and I try to get this about the same on all 3 sides, and then I press it down. Okay, so then that's, see, like that. Okay, now I do, which I should have stamped this probably before I put that down. I wasn't thinking. I want hello up here, so I'm going to do that now. I should have done it probably before, but I'm going to do it now before I do anything else. I'm going to do that in the Night of Navy. Okay. Hopefully that'll, there. Hello. And close this up so I don't make a bigger mess. And then this I wanted here. Now, it's a little big and it goes over, so that's not going to fit in the envelope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just trim this down just a little, and there's no reason that you cannot trim something down. It is your creation. You can do what you want with it. So I still want it to be a little bit more pointy at that end, but I'm just going to a little bit like this. And some of this white I'm going to take off. And then I just want to look again when I'll show you. And this I made, this is the one of the papers that came with this, and I put a little mark here, and then I put a score line from that corner there, that corner there. I folded, I trimmed off the excess, and I did show that on Wednesday, so if you go to my YouTube you will get to see it. And then I'm going to trim these ends up just a little bit. They still will be a little bit pointy, but I'm going to round them just a little more. Okay. And round this just a little more and just see, is that going to be enough or do I need them down a little more? So we'll see here. Oh, look, I think that's going to just, that will just make it, or I maybe will just a smidge more. Take it out of there. Not much. And again, I'm making it a little bit rounder, because a lot of times I know that when I actually get baguettes here, I don't want that pointy, so I'm just going to do that. That'll be good enough, I think. And they are small. They aren't always quite that pointy in real life. Sometimes they may be. It just, everybody's different. You know, every place you go, they look similar, but they each have their own little way of doing things. There, so then I can put this right here, and you can still see everything. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit on here to go inside here and have it stick down. And then this, it's going to just make it. And so I'm going to do it here. Oh, wrong one, but that's all right. That. I want me to be able to see the hello there. There we go. Okay. And then I just have a piece of white, same size, 5 1/4 this way by 4 that way. And I don't know for sure what I might want to put in there. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stamp some flowers in here. Get that. Of course, where did I moved it. Here it is. It's going to go. Maybe just those 3. I think I'm just going to do those 3. And if you want to color them in with yellow, you can, or you can just leave it like that. For now, I'm leaving it like that. And if you want some bling on the front, you can always add that. I'm not going to take the time to do that at this point. And again, you want to make sure this is about the same on all 3 sides. So there. Okay. So this type of a fold overall is one of my favorites because there's just so much you can do with it. You can, as I said, you can have them like the whole thing like this. You can have it smaller like these. just this one, and this one's even smaller. You can just put a small thing like that and just make sure if you stamp something on the inside, it's behind that. There's so many things you can do. I've done them this way and put something here to hold it up so it's like a easel card. There's just so many things you can do with that simple fold. And I'll just show you like this one more time. I just folded the front in half. You can fold it so it's not quite half, and you see more of the, like if I wanted to do this maybe 2, and then you would have had a little strip here that would show. Okay, it's just whatever you want. So there's the fold. Let you see the fold one more time. See? And here we are with all of these. All right, so I hope you like that, and that you'll try this. All right, now I am not at this point. My plan is to I have a lot of work I have to do in my house. I'm going to do that next week, so no videos next week, but I will be back the following week. I haven't totally decided what I will do. I might because we're in summer, and I kind of want to do some summer stuff. I know some people do Christmas in July, especially because our new mini catalog's out, and it's got a lot of Christmas stuff in it. But I haven't had a chance to do anything with my summer stuff, and I want to do some summer. So that's what my plan is, and then we'll see from there. You know, I have the whole month of July, so I could still decide later in the month to do some Christmas in July then, but I'm going to start out with summer. Okay, so any comments, you can leave me a message here. Anything I can help you with, again, you can ask it here, or you can private message me, and I'll do my best to answer you. I just ask any comments that we're just kind to each other, right? And if you want to see the other ones from this week, some are like back further here in Facebook, but they're all will be on YouTube. I'll put this one on also later today, and you can always just go there and see everything. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and a good week next week. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.